There is a rhythm to life, a divine order that flows through every moment and circumstance. When you align with that rhythm, unseen doors open, unexpected paths appear, and abundance flows as naturally as the tide. Today I will share with you a secret, a key hidden in plain sight, that when spoken with faith, expectation, and joy, calls forth wealth and opportunity in the most surprising ways. Everything in this universe is vibration. Words are vibrations, numbers are vibrations, and thoughts are vibrations. When you combine the power of a thought, a word, and a number, you create a magnetic field so strong that it draws to you the substance of your desire. Money, prosperity, opportunities, and inspired ideas are all drawn to the one who dares to believe and acts with certainty. There is a number, a sacred number, whose vibration is attuned to sudden supply, to invisible channels of abundance, to the energy of divine compensation. This number is a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive, that you have opened the gates of your consciousness to all that belongs to you by divine right. This is not chance, nor superstition. It is law, eternal and unchanging, as sure as gravity. When you repeat this secret number, you are not begging. You are not hoping. You are commanding with faith. You are aligning with the invisible currents of wealth that are already flowing toward you. You are imprinting upon your subconscious mind a new pattern. I am ready. I am worthy. I am open. Speak this number 17 times. 17, the number of sudden victory, of swift supply of unexpected blessings. Speak it as you wake. Speak it before you sleep. Speak it as you walk, breathe and work. Each time you speak it, you are tuning your inner frequency higher, dissolving fear, and calling forth the substance of your desire. As you repeat it, see yourself surrounded by golden light. Imagine your needs already met, your debts dissolved, your accounts overflowing. See the doors opening with ease. See the phone call, the letter, the message, the opportunity. Picture yourself smiling as you receive, knowing that you have summoned this with the power of your consciousness. The outer world is but a mirror of the inner world. When your inner world vibrates at the level of abundance, the outer must reflect it. This is not magic, it is spiritual mathematics. When you affirm, when you repeat, when you believe, you set in motion forces that cannot fail. Release all doubt as you speak this number. Doubt is the only enemy of manifestation. Faith is the builder, the activator, the law. Speak with joy, as a child knowing their request has already been granted. Speak with gratitude, for gratitude multiplies what you have and magnetizes what you desire. Speak with expectancy, for expectancy is the fertile soil in which miracles grow. Every time you repeat this secret number 17 times, you are planting a seed in the garden of your subconscious. Those seeds take root, grow, and blossom into visible wealth, sometimes from the most surprising directions. Money may appear through gifts, refunds, raises, unexpected opportunities, or sudden inspired ideas. The how is not your concern. Your only task is to affirm, believe, and receive. The universe is infinitely abundant. There is no shortage. There is no lack. There is no limit. Money and opportunity are simply energy, waiting to be directed. By repeating this number, you give that energy a pathway, a focus, a direction toward you. Each time you practice this, you are rewriting your inner story. You are erasing the old programming of lack, struggle, and delay, and replacing it with a new program of wealth, ease, and surprise blessings. Your life begins to rearrange itself around your new belief. The old doors close. The new ones open. The flow begins. Do not look to any one person or source as your supply. The divine supply comes through infinite channels. Trust that it will appear. Trust that it already exists. Trust that you are worthy. Trust that every word you speak in faith moves the unseen world in your favor. 17 times. Speak it with power. Speak it with calm. Speak it as one who knows the law, not as one who hopes. And then release it. Walk in faith. Take inspired actions as they come. Be alert to sudden opportunities. Notice small signs of supply arriving. Celebrate each one, for celebration multiplies the flow. When you use this secret number, you are activating a timeless principle. What you impress upon the subconscious, you express in your life. This is your hidden power, your birthright, your invisible wealth magnet. By repeating this number with belief and joy, you turn on the faucet of abundance, and the waters rush in to fill every need. Numbers are not merely symbols humans use to count or calculate, they are living vibrations, expressions of the invisible architecture of the universe. Every number carries its own frequency, a tone within the cosmic symphony. And when a person aligns with the vibration of a particular number, they harmonize with the qualities it embodies. To harness the vibrational power of numbers is to open oneself to unseen channels of abundance, for the unseen world is ruled by laws as precise and dependable as mathematics, and numbers are the keys that unlock these laws. When you think of wealth, you may imagine coins, notes, or balances on a screen, but beneath these physical forms is a flow of energy, and this energy is responsive to vibration. It organizes itself according to the beliefs, words, and intentions you emit. A number, when consciously used with intent, becomes a carrier wave for that intention, magnifying it and drawing corresponding conditions into your life. To truly harness this vibrational power, one must first shift their perspective from seeing numbers as neutral to seeing them as alive, dynamic, and sacred. When you speak or think a number with focused intent, you are impressing its energy upon your subconscious mind, which in turn communicates with the universal mind, setting in motion currents that attract circumstances matching that vibration. In this way, a number is not only a code but also a signal. Just as a tuning fork resonates with a certain pitch, and causes another tuning fork of the same pitch to vibrate, so too does a number, when held steadily in thought or spoken aloud, resonate with its corresponding pattern in the invisible realm, drawing it into manifestation. This process does not occur through force or effort but through alignment. You are not trying to make something happen. You are tuning yourself to the frequency where it already exists. Wealth, opportunity, and abundance are ever present, flowing like a river behind the veil of appearances. When your inner vibration matches the vibration of abundance, the river overflows into your experience. Numbers provide a simple yet potent way to achieve this alignment because they bypass the rational, questioning mind and speak directly to the subconscious. Repetition of a chosen number with faith and focus becomes a ritual of tuning, a daily recalibration of your inner instrument, so it plays in harmony with the music of prosperity. When you harness the vibrational power of numbers, you also train yourself to become sensitive to synchronicities and signs. You begin to notice patterns in your daily life that guide you toward inspired actions. A number might show up on a receipt, a clock, or a license plate, serving as confirmation that you are aligned. These seemingly small occurrences are evidence of the invisible network of intelligence responding to your vibration. As you continue this practice, your confidence grows. You start to trust the process, to know that your words and numbers have power. And this trust itself accelerates the flow of abundance. Doubt dissolves, and faith takes root, which is the fertile soil where miracles grow. Numbers also act as carriers of archetypal qualities. Some numbers vibrate with stability and grounding, others with expansion and freedom, still others with sudden shifts and breakthroughs. By selecting a number that aligns with the quality you desire, in this case, sudden and unexpected financial blessings, you invite that quality into your life. The key is consistency and purity of focus. A scattered or doubting mind sends mixed signals, while a clear and steady focus broadcasts a strong, coherent frequency that the universe cannot ignore. The moment you internalize a number as a symbol of wealth, and repeat it with expectation, you are encoding your subconscious to attract experiences of wealth, just as surely as you would dial a number on a phone to reach a particular person. To harness this power fully, visualization and feeling must accompany the repetition. As you speak the number, imagine its energy as light, color, or sound enveloping you, infusing your aura, saturating your field with its vibration. Feel the certainty that what you desire is already on its way, for feeling is the bridge between thought and manifestation. Numbers provide the structure, but feeling provides the life force. Together they create a potent alchemy of attraction. This is not mere wishful thinking, but an application of a spiritual law that is as exact as the laws of physics. The unseen responds to the patterns impressed upon it, and numbers are among the purest forms of patterning. Another dimension of using numbers for abundance lies in timing and rhythm. Just as music gains power from repetition and tempo, so too does your numerical practice gain power from rhythm. Speaking a number a certain number of times, at a certain time of day, creates a ritual that the subconscious recognizes and obeys. Morning and evening are especially potent, for these are times when the conscious mind is quiet and the subconscious is most receptive. By consistently practicing at these times, you deepen the groove of the new vibration until it becomes second nature, and your outer life reshapes itself accordingly. As you work with numbers, it is important to cultivate an inner state of gratitude and reverence. Treat the practice not as a mechanical trick, but as a sacred conversation with the infinite intelligence that governs all things. Gratitude amplifies the vibration of any number you use, because it shifts you into a state of already having received. In that state, resistance melts, and your desires flow freely toward you. Think of each repetition as sowing a seed. You do not dig up a seed to see if it is growing, you water it, tend it, and trust it. In the same way, you repeat the number, visualize the outcome, and then release it with confidence, knowing that the unseen world is at work on your behalf. Numbers, like words, can build or break. When you choose a number aligned with abundance and wield it consciously, you are building a structure in the unseen that must eventually crystallize in the seen. The practice refines you as well, training your mind to focus, your heart to believe, and your energy to align. Over time, you will notice a shift not only in your finances but in your sense of connection, intuition, and inner power. You will recognize that wealth is not something external to chase, but an inner state to embody, and numbers are one of the simplest and most elegant tools for embodying it. When you understand this, you no longer feel at the mercy of chance or luck. You realize you can participate in the unfolding of your life deliberately. The vibrational power of numbers becomes a language of creation, a tool for aligning with divine supply. The outer world begins to mirror your inner order. Opportunities arise where there were none. Ideas come to you at the right time. People cross your path bearing gifts, offers, or information you need. All of this begins because you chose to harness the subtle yet mighty influence of a number, and use it as a signal of your readiness to receive. This approach also teaches detachment. You focus on the vibration, not the form. You hold the number as a symbol of abundance, but you do not insist on how the abundance must appear. This opens the door for the universe to surprise you, to deliver blessings in ways you could not have planned. The number acts as a beacon, drawing supply from countless directions. By staying open and receptive, you allow the full magic of the practice to unfold. In essence, harnessing the vibrational power of numbers is about tuning your inner instrument to the key of abundance. Just as a musician tunes before a performance to ensure harmony, you use numbers to tune your consciousness to wealth, joy, and unexpected supply. This tuning is gentle yet powerful, simple yet profound. It requires no outer tools, only your voice, your intention, and your faith. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, until the vibration of abundance is simply who you are, and life reflects it back to you in ever-increasing measure. Repeating the secret number 17 times is not merely a ritual, but a deliberate act of tuning the inner self to the frequency of wealth and opportunity. Numbers have always held power because they bypass the rational surface of the mind and speak directly to the deeper layers of consciousness where true change takes place. When you repeat a number, especially one charged with intent, you create a vibrational echo that resounds through your subconscious and out into the unseen field of possibility. This repetition ingrains a new pattern, and patterns govern experience. By making this number a constant pulse in your daily rhythm, you align yourself with a current of energy already flowing toward you, one that is rich with resources, connections, and unexpected blessings. 17 carries with it the essence of victory, of new doors opening, of supply appearing where before there was none. And as you speak it with conviction, you step into its magnetic field. The act of repeating 17 times is significant because it is not casual. The number is repeated with intention, and intention is the architect of reality. Each repetition lays another brick in the structure of your inner belief. The first few repetitions may feel like mere words, but as you continue, the number begins to take on weight, tone, and life. It becomes a mantra, a sound code, an energetic key unlocking a vault of unseen wealth. This practice bypasses the skeptical conscious mind, which doubts and questions, and plants a seed directly in the fertile ground of the subconscious. The subconscious does not argue, it accepts. And what it accepts, it expresses. 17 spoken 17 times becomes a living force, like a stream flowing steadily, carving a new path until it becomes a river. Each time you repeat the number, imagine it as a golden light, a stream of energy moving outward and inward at once. Outward, it signals the universe that you are aligned with abundance. Inward, it rewires your self-concept, dissolving old beliefs of lack or limitation. This dual action amplifies your magnetism. It's as though you are dialing a frequency on a cosmic radio, and the universe, which is always listening, tunes in and responds. 17 spoken once is like striking a note. Spoken 17 times it becomes a melody, and melodies carry emotion, momentum, and power. This is why the repetition matters. It is not superstition but spiritual science, the same principle that underlies prayer, chanting, and affirmation across cultures and ages. As you engage with this number, it is essential to cultivate the feeling of receiving even as you speak it. Numbers alone are structures, feeling animates them. Feel the rush of gratitude as if the money has already arrived. Feel the relief, the excitement, the ease. These feelings impregnate the number with vitality and instruct your subconscious what to create. Without feeling, repetition is mechanical. With feeling, it is magnetic. The subconscious receives the message. This is my reality, and begins reorganizing circumstances to match. Opportunities that once passed unnoticed suddenly appear. A phone call arrives at the right moment. An idea emerges that leads to increased income. This is not coincidence but correspondence, the outer echoing the inner vibration. Doing this as a daily practice creates momentum. Each session of repetition is a brick in a new foundation. Think of a sculptor chiseling away at a block of stone. Each strike seems small, but over time the form emerges. The repetition of the secret number 17 times is the same. Each day you are chiseling away at the old beliefs of lack and limitation, revealing the form of abundance hidden within your subconscious. Consistency compounds. The number becomes familiar, comforting, powerful. It begins to surface in your dreams, your thoughts, your daily life. This is a sign of deep integration. When it feels natural, when you no longer strain or doubt, you know the vibration has taken root. 17 times also connects to rhythm. Rhythm is how energy flows. Just as music depends on rhythm to move us emotionally, your repetition depends on rhythm to move energy spiritually. Count slowly and deliberately, letting each repetition settle like a stone into a pond, rippling outward. The ripples from each repetition overlap, creating a field, a resonance chamber in which your desired reality gathers strength before crystallizing. This is why rushing through the number is less effective than speaking it with presence. Presence is power. Each repetition becomes a moment of communion with the unseen, a direct line to the infinite intelligence that orchestrates all supply. Another dimension to this practice is the shifting of your self-image. Each time you repeat the number, see yourself as the person who already lives in abundance. This is not pretending but embodying. Numbers combined with identity create an unshakable signal. If you see yourself as someone struggling, and hope the number will rescue you, you stay in the vibration of struggle. If you see yourself as someone prosperous, and speak the number as an affirmation of that fact, you step into the vibration of prosperity. This subtle but crucial distinction determines how quickly the results appear. The subconscious creates according to identity. The number reinforces that identity. Together they reshape your life from the inside out. Trust plays an essential role. When you repeat the number, release the how and when. The universe has infinite channels to deliver what you need. Money could come through work, gifts, opportunities, or entirely unexpected avenues. By focusing on the vibration rather than the form, you leave the door open for surprise blessings. This openness is a magnet in itself. It shows faith, and faith is the creative power at work. Doubt blocks the flow, trust invites it. Each repetition of 17 spoken 17 times is an act of trust, a signal to the universe that you are ready, receptive, and aligned. Visualization can enhance the practice. As you speak the number, picture streams of golden coins, flowing rivers of cash, or a glowing aura of abundance around you. Imagine doors opening, lights turning green, paths clearing. These images instruct your subconscious mind where to channel the energy. The number is the key, but visualization is the map. Together they form a powerful combination. Your subconscious loves symbols, and numbers and images are its language. Speak in its language, and it responds swiftly. It is also beneficial to anchor this practice with a physical gesture. Perhaps you hold your hands over your heart, touch your fingertips together, or lightly tap your chest as you speak the number. This embeds the vibration not only in your mind, but in your body, creating a holistic imprint. The more senses you involve, the deeper the imprint. Hearing yourself speak, feeling your body move, seeing images in your mind, all of these combine to create a vivid experience that the subconscious takes as reality. The deeper the reality, the faster the manifestation. The practice of repeating the secret number 17 times becomes a sacred ritual when approached with reverence and consistency. It is a daily act of self-alignment, a tuning of your inner instrument to the pitch of abundance. Over time, it becomes effortless. You may find yourself thinking the number while walking, cooking, or working. It becomes a background melody to your life. This is the state of saturation. When the number is saturated in your consciousness, results begin to unfold naturally, as if life is conspiring to fulfill your silent command. By aligning your subconscious with wealth and opportunity through this repetition, you are also reprogramming your nervous system. Scarcity and fear live not only in the mind but in the body, in patterns of tension and contraction. As you repeat the number with calm, faith, and feeling, your body relaxes, your heart opens, your energy expands. This physiological shift sends a different signal to the world, one of confidence and receptivity. People sense it. Opportunities gravitate toward it. The outer reality adjusts to match the inner ease. Money and opportunity are forms of energy. They flow to where there is space and invitation. Your practice creates that space and extends that invitation. Each person's experience with the secret number will be unique, but the principle is universal. Repetition with belief creates a new inner pattern, and new patterns create new realities. 17 is simply a doorway, a tool to focus your intent and synchronize your consciousness with the flow of supply. By walking through that doorway again and again, you become familiar with the territory of abundance until it becomes your home, your natural state of being, and from that state, wealth and opportunity flow effortlessly toward you from directions you never could have planned. Visualization and gratitude are like the twin currents that amplify the numbers effect and open unexpected pathways for money, turning a simple practice into a living energetic force. When you visualize while repeating a number, you imprint the subconscious with images that are rich, sensory, and emotionally charged. These images act as a blueprint, giving form to the otherwise formless vibration of the number. Without visualization, the number is still powerful but abstract. With visualization, it becomes concrete and magnetic. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and actual ones. It accepts both as real. By deliberately feeding it pictures of abundance, financial freedom, and unexpected opportunities, you teach it to expect these conditions and therefore to create them. Gratitude adds yet another dimension, because it changes your state from one of wanting to one of already having. When you are grateful, you are declaring to the universe that the blessing is already yours, and this state of already having collapses the time between desire and manifestation. Visualization works because it speaks in the language of the subconscious. Words are for the conscious mind, but pictures and feelings are for the deeper layers where beliefs and habits live. As you repeat the secret number, imagine a vivid scene in which money flows to you with ease. Picture envelopes arriving with checks inside. See numbers increasing on your bank app. Watch yourself receiving unexpected payments or gifts. Feel the emotions you would feel if it were happening right now: excitement, relief, security, freedom. Let the images be as detailed as possible: the colors, the smells, the sounds of paper bills, the soft glow of a notification, the texture of new opportunities in your hands. The more sensory input you include, the more real it becomes to your subconscious, And the faster your outer reality adjusts to match gratitude amplifies this even further. When you say thank you, not as an empty phrase but as a heartfelt vibration, you align yourself with the energy of abundance. Gratitude is a signal of completion. It says, "It is done." And in saying so, you shift from a frequency of lack to a frequency of fulfillment. This shift is magnetic. Opportunities, people, and circumstances resonate with your new frequency and find their way to you. While repeating the number, you might silently say thank you after each repetition, or you might weave gratitude into your visualization. See yourself receiving and simultaneously feeling a wave of thankfulness, as though the blessing has already arrived. This combination of number, image, and gratitude becomes an alchemical formula that accelerates manifestation. You can also practice gratitude for things you do not yet see in physical form. This is not delusion, it is creation. When you give thanks in advance, you are stepping into the reality where your desire is already fulfilled. The subconscious mind, unable to distinguish between now and future, acts on this belief as though it were present fact. It begins adjusting your perceptions, choices, and behaviors to align with that fact. This subtle shift changes how you carry yourself, how you speak, how you interact, which in turn changes how others respond to you, and what opportunities you notice. Gratitude in advance is a bridge between the invisible and the visible. Visualization also clears away the static of doubt. The mind may doubt words, but when you see and feel something vividly, it becomes harder to deny. A strong inner picture creates a sense of inevitability. You begin to say, "Of course it's coming," because you have already experienced it within. This inner certainty is the magnet that draws the outer form, combined with the repetition of the secret number, which ingrains the vibration at a structural level. Visualization creates a powerful emotional charge. This charge acts like a beacon, calling forth circumstances that resonate with it. Money may come in ways you could never have scripted, because the subconscious mind and the universe find the path of least resistance, and it is often one you cannot predict. Another powerful element is to visualize not just receiving money, but using it joyfully. See yourself paying bills easily, giving to others, investing, traveling, or creating experiences. This expands your sense of purpose and generosity, which increases your magnetism. Money loves movement, and when you visualize it moving through your life with ease, you signal to the universe that you are a clear and joyful conduit for wealth. Gratitude then becomes not just for receiving but for circulating, which multiplies your supply. Each time you imagine money moving and yourself giving thanks for it, you are creating a loop of inflow and outflow, which mirrors the natural flow of life. Gratitude also softens resistance in the heart. Many people unconsciously block money because of guilt, fear, or beliefs about unworthiness. When you practice gratitude, you override those blocks. You cannot feel unworthy and grateful at the same time. Gratitude lifts you into a state of acceptance, and acceptance is the door through which abundance enters. As you repeat the number, you might place your hand on your heart and silently say thank you, feeling the warmth spread. This anchors the vibration physically, creating a neural and energetic pathway that becomes stronger with practice. Over time, gratitude becomes your natural state, and abundance responds automatically to it. You can deepen visualization and gratitude by adding movement or ritual. For example, as you speak the secret number, you might close your eyes and picture a waterfall of golden light pouring over you, filling your hands, your home, your accounts. Each time you say the number, the waterfall grows brighter, the flow stronger. You then whisper thank you as you imagine this light transmuting into tangible blessings. By combining word, image, feeling, and ritual, you engage all parts of yourself, mind, body, and spirit, in the act of creation. This holistic approach creates a resonance so strong that your outer world cannot help but shift. As you practice, you may notice small signs first: a refund you forgot about, a friend treating you to lunch, a discount appearing unexpectedly, or a small sum of money arriving without explanation. These are evidence that your vibration is changing. Respond with gratitude. Treat each small manifestation as proof that the larger one is inevitable. Gratitude multiplies. The more you acknowledge and appreciate, the more flows to you. This creates a positive feedback loop where visualization, repetition, and gratitude feed each other, each amplifying the other's effect in time. Visualization becomes automatic. You say the number, and the images and feelings appear spontaneously. This is a sign that your subconscious has accepted the new pattern. You no longer have to force it. It has become a part of your identity. From this point, manifestations accelerate. Opportunities seem to drop into your lap. People approach you with offers, your ideas become profitable, and money flows from multiple directions. Gratitude then deepens from an act to a state of being, and you realize that abundance is not something you attract, but something you tune into and express. Another layer of this practice is to visualize beyond money into the feeling state it represents. Money is often a symbol for freedom, safety, adventure, or power. As you repeat the number, visualize and give thanks for those feelings directly. Feel the freedom, the relief, the joy. This bypasses the middle step and aligns you immediately with the essence of what you desire, which paradoxically accelerates the arrival of the form. The universe responds more quickly to essence than to form. Gratitude locks in that essence, holding it steady while the outer reality rearranges to match. Combining visualization and gratitude with the repetition of the secret number creates a threefold cord of power. The number provides structure, the visualization provides substance, and the gratitude provides magnetism. Together they form a living practice that transforms your vibration, and therefore your experience. Each time you engage, you are weaving a new energetic pattern, like an artist laying down strokes on a canvas, until a new picture of your life emerges. This new picture contains pathways you could not have imagined, opportunities you did not know existed, and money arriving in ways that seem miraculous, but are actually the natural consequence of your new alignment. This practice also shifts your relationship with time. Instead of waiting anxiously for something to happen, you live inside the reality of it now, through visualization and gratitude. This collapses the gap between desire and fulfillment. You stop looking to the future and start living the feeling in the present. This present moment embodiment is the secret of rapid manifestation. The subconscious always works in the now. By giving it a vivid now filled with abundance and thanks, you instruct it to recreate that now in your outer circumstances. Over days and weeks, this becomes your default state, and your outer life catches up to match. When visualization and gratitude are combined with the secret number, your focus sharpens. You are no longer scattering your energy across many conflicting thoughts. You are bringing it all into one clear channel. This concentrated focus is what bends reality. It creates a strong gravitational pull that draws resources, ideas, and people into your orbit. The more consistent you are, the stronger the field becomes, and the more easily money appears when you least expect it. Even setbacks become stepping stones, because your dominant vibration of gratitude and visualization transforms obstacles into opportunities. By practicing this, you discover that you are not at the mercy of circumstances, but the architect of them. You learn to create from the inside out, to use the tools of mind and spirit to shape the material world. Visualization and gratitude, anchored by the repetition of the number, are simple but profound tools for doing so. They require no special equipment, only your imagination and your heart. As you deepen the practice, it becomes a way of life, and you find yourself living in a state of continuous creation, where money and opportunities flow as naturally as breath. Guided by the patterns you have impressed upon your inner world through images of abundance and waves of thankfulness. Faith and expectancy are the unseen forces that turn spoken numbers, affirmations, and visualizations into living realities, for without them the practice remains hollow and mechanical. When you cultivate faith, you engage a power beyond logic, a power that does not question how or when but simply knows. Faith is not passive, it is an active state of inner certainty that sets in motion invisible currents. Expectancy is its natural companion, the posture of open hands ready to receive, the inner stance that assumes fulfillment is inevitable. Together, faith and expectancy create the fertile ground, where sudden financial blessings take root, growing not from the soil of effort alone, but from the rich earth of inner alignment. The mind may analyze, strategize, and plan, But faith bypasses all of that and taps directly into the creative matrix of the universe, the realm where ideas, opportunities, and resources originate before they appear in visible form. To cultivate faith, one must first release the need to control every detail. The conscious mind likes to calculate probabilities, to predict outcomes, to demand proof before belief. But the laws of manifestation respond not to doubt but to conviction. When you repeat the secret number, speak affirmations, or visualize abundance, you are planting seeds. Faith is the knowing that these seeds will sprout even when there is no evidence. Just as a farmer does not dig up a seed to check its growth, a person with faith does not question the process after planting. They water it with belief, shield it with patience, and let the invisible do its work. This trust in unseen forces is not blind, it is intuitive. It arises from an inner awareness that the universe operates by law, and that these laws are unfailing. As you deepen your faith, the vibration of lack dissolves, and a new pattern of confidence replaces it. Expectancy is the emotional tone that turns faith from a concept into a feeling. It is the quiet thrill that something good is about to happen, the readiness to spot and seize opportunities, the willingness to receive without guilt or fear. When you expect a blessing, you become attuned to its arrival. Your senses sharpen, your intuition heightens, your posture shifts. You start noticing subtle cues, synchronicities, and openings that would otherwise pass unnoticed. This is not magical thinking, but a shift in perception created by your inner state. Expectancy primes your nervous system to recognize abundance. It opens your field to the flow of resources and ideas, making you a magnet for them. In this state, money and opportunities find you, because you have become a receptive vessel. Faith and expectancy together neutralize the two greatest blocks to manifestation, doubt and desperation. Doubt cancels the signal by sending mixed vibrations. Desperation pushes the desired thing away by affirming its absence. But faith says, "It is done," and expectancy says, "It is here." This creates coherence, a steady tone in the symphony of your energy that the universe can lock onto. With each repetition of the number or affirmation, you reinforce this tone until it vibrates steadily in your subconscious. The stronger the tone, the faster the manifestation, because the outer world must mirror the inner order. It is law. In this way, faith and expectancy are not just feelings, but energetic frequencies that reshape reality. You can strengthen faith by recalling past instances where unseen forces worked in your favor. Think of times when money appeared unexpectedly, opportunities arose at the perfect moment, or a problem resolved itself without your direct intervention. These memories act as evidence to your subconscious, showing it that the unseen is reliable. Each recollection strengthens the neural pathway of trust, making it easier to believe again. Gratitude for these past blessings also amplifies your current faith. By giving thanks for what has been, you open the door for more. Expectancy then becomes easier because your mind has proof, your heart has experience, and your body remembers what it feels like to receive. Another powerful way to cultivate expectancy is to act as though the blessing has already occurred. This is not about reckless spending or pretending, but about embodying the energy of already having. How would you carry yourself if you knew money was on its way? How would you speak, walk, and think? Adopting this posture signals to your subconscious and the universe that you are ready. It collapses the gap between desire and fulfillment. You no longer stand as a beggar but as a receiver, which aligns you with the vibration of abundance. In this way, expectancy is a practice, not just a feeling. It is a daily choice to live in the assumption of success, rather than the fear of disappointment. Faith also works hand in hand with imagination. When you visualize, you are seeing the unseen. Faith supplies the conviction that what you see inwardly will manifest outwardly. Without faith, visualization is daydreaming. With faith, visualization is creation. Expectancy then adds the emotional charge that accelerates this creation. It is the difference between sketching an idea and breathing life into it. When you repeat the number 17 times with faith, you are engraving the vibration into your subconscious. When you do it with expectancy, you are lighting it up, animating it, setting it spinning until it generates a magnetic field strong enough to draw matching conditions into your life. These two qualities also protect you from discouragement. when results are not immediate. In the realm of manifestation, time often serves as a buffer while circumstances rearrange. Without faith, a delay looks like failure. Without expectancy, a delay feels like rejection. But with both, a delay is simply gestation. You trust the process, stay receptive, and keep your vibration steady. This steadiness is what allows the unseen to crystallize into form without interference. The seed sprouts under the soil before it breaks through into the sun. Likewise, your abundance is forming in the unseen before it appears in the seen. Faith and expectancy hold the space for it to do so. It is also important to guard your inner atmosphere. Faith and expectancy thrive in an environment of positivity, inspiration, and self-belief. Negative conversations, fear-based media, and doubtful people can weaken your signal if you allow them. Protect your focus. Feed your mind with uplifting material. Surround yourself with supportive energy, and remind yourself daily of your intention. Each repetition of the number is an opportunity to reaffirm your faith and renew your expectancy. Over time, this becomes your dominant state, unshakable by outer circumstances. You become a walking field of abundance, radiating confidence and calm. You can ritualize faith and expectancy by linking them to physical anchors. Perhaps you light a candle, hold a crystal, or take a deep breath before you begin your practice. These sensory cues tell your subconscious that it is time to enter the vibration of certainty. As you repeat the number, feel your body relax and your heart open. Smile as you speak, even slightly. This physical expression of joy reinforces expectancy. Your nervous system reads your smile as evidence of safety and abundance, which further strengthens your magnetic field. Over time, these small practices create a powerful association between the number, faith, and expectancy. As faith grows, you may notice a shift in how you think about money. It no longer feels scarce or difficult but natural and inevitable. Opportunities no longer feel random but orchestrated. You begin to see life as a partner rather than an obstacle. This change in perception is the hallmark of true alignment. When you reach this point, money and blessings appear in ways that surprise you precisely because you are no longer clutching or grasping. You are receiving. This openness allows the universe to deliver through channels you did not even know existed. Faith and expectancy have widened your field, dissolved your resistance, and created a vacuum into which abundance flows. Another aspect of expectancy is to stay alert for intuitive nudges. Faith opens the channel, expectancy tunes you to it, and intuition delivers the guidance. You may feel prompted to make a phone call, check a website, attend an event, or change a habit. Follow these nudges. They are the bridges between the unseen and the seen. Often the money or opportunity you desire is waiting on the other side of a simple action, inspired by intuition. Faith gives you the courage to act, and expectancy assures you that acting will be rewarded. This is how you co-create with the universe, blending inner alignment with outer movement. Finally, faith and expectancy create a state of relaxation that is itself attractive. When you are tense, fearful, or desperate, your energy contracts. When you are trusting, expecting, and relaxed, your energy expands. People, opportunities, and ideas are naturally drawn to expansion. In this state, you radiate calm confidence, which others interpret as value and reliability. They are more likely to offer you deals, gifts, partnerships, and referrals. The world mirrors your energy. Faith and expectancy do not just bring money, they transform you into the kind of person to whom money naturally flows. This transformation is the deeper purpose of the practice, turning you into a vessel large enough to hold the abundance that is already yours by right, releasing control of how money appears, and trusting the universal law of supply is an act of surrender that transforms the entire process of manifestation, shifting you from struggle to flow. When you insist on a specific channel or timeline, you create resistance, because the conscious mind cannot see the infinite ways the universe can deliver. By letting go of the how, you step into a vast field of possibility, where countless streams of supply exist, many of which are invisible to your current perception. This openness is not passivity but power, a deliberate act of allowing the intelligence of the universe to orchestrate events far more skillfully than the conscious mind could ever plan. Trusting the law of supply means understanding that abundance is ever present, like air, and that your role is to align with it, not to manufacture it. This alignment draws to you opportunities, resources, and ideas from directions you could never have anticipated, creating outcomes that feel miraculous, but are in fact the natural result of allowing. Letting go of control begins with recognizing the limits of personal effort. Effort is useful in the physical realm, but manifestation originates in the unseen. The conscious mind can decide what it wants, but it is the subconscious and the universal field that arrange the means. When you try to dictate the form or the path, you interfere with this natural arrangement. By contrast, when you focus on the essence of what you desire, abundance, freedom, security, and release the specifics of how it will come, you give the universe room to surprise you. This is why so many people find that money arrives from unexpected sources when they finally stop worrying. The act of worrying is a form of control, the act of trusting is a form of release. Trust unlocks channels that were previously blocked by tension and fear. Trusting the universal law of supply also requires a shift in identity. Instead of seeing yourself as someone trying to get something, you see yourself as someone already connected to infinite supply. This shift is subtle but powerful. It moves you from the vibration of need to the vibration of having. When you release control, you are saying to the universe, I know it is already mine in essence, and I am open to however you wish to deliver it. This openness creates a magnetic field of receptivity. Opportunities start to gravitate toward you. People think of you, call you, or offer you exactly what you need. Ideas pop into your mind at the perfect time. These are not coincidences but evidence of the law of supply responding to your openness. Another dimension of releasing control is detachment from timing. When you impose a deadline on manifestation, you create pressure, and pressure signals lack. The universe does not respond well to desperation. It responds to relaxed confidence. By detaching from timing, you enter the timeless present, which is where creation actually occurs. You can still set intentions and take inspired actions, but you do so from a place of calm expectancy rather than anxious waiting. This calm state allows the unseen to coalesce into form without disturbance. Just as water clears when left undisturbed, your manifestation clears when you stop agitating it with worry and control. The universal law of supply operates like a natural system, not a vending machine. It responds to vibration, not demand. When you release control, you align with the higher order of this system. You begin to notice that life itself is abundant, that nature overflows with resources, that opportunities are always circulating. This recognition builds trust, and trust deepens your alignment. Each time you let go and something good arrives, your confidence grows, and letting go becomes easier. This positive feedback loop strengthens the habit of surrender. Over time, you learn to live in a state of relaxed receptivity, which accelerates every form of manifestation, including financial abundance. Releasing control also allows for the manifestation of money, in ways far beyond what you could have consciously imagined. The conscious mind tends to focus on obvious channels: a raise, a sale, a client, a job. But the universal law of supply can bring money through gifts, inheritances, refunds, discounts, investments, chance encounters, or entirely new ventures. By dictating the form, you limit the possibilities. By trusting the law, you unlock infinite channels. Often the most life-changing opportunities arrive disguised as something unexpected, and only those who are open and receptive recognize them. This is why surrender is not weakness but wisdom. It expands your field of awareness to include opportunities your logical mind would dismiss. To practice this release, you can focus on the feeling you want rather than the form. For instance, instead of saying, I want 10,000 from this job, you might say, I am aligned with financial freedom, and I trust the universe to deliver it in the perfect way. This focus on essence sends a clear but flexible signal. It allows the universal intelligence to orchestrate the fastest, easiest path. Sometimes that path involves your job, sometimes it bypasses it entirely. By focusing on the essence, you create a strong vibration without resistance. This is similar to tuning a radio to a frequency. Once tuned, the station comes through from any broadcast tower within range. You do not care which tower transmits it, only that you receive the signal. In the same way, you do not care which channel delivers the money, only that you are tuned to abundance. Gratitude reinforces this state of trust. Each time money appears, whether large or small, you thank the universe. This gratitude signals to your subconscious that the process works, which makes it easier to let go next time. Over time, your nervous system shifts from fight or flight to calm receptivity. You stop scanning for danger and start scanning for opportunity. This physiological shift creates a more attractive energy field. People sense your calm confidence and want to work with you, invest in you, or gift you. This is another way the universal law of supply operates. Through human channels drawn by your vibration, letting go of control also dissolves the ego's grip on how things must unfold. The ego wants to be the doer, the planner, the one in charge. But true manifestation arises from a partnership between your intention and the larger intelligence of life. By surrendering the how, you acknowledge this partnership. You become a co-creator rather than a controller. This humility invites greater power, because the universal mind is infinitely more resourceful than the personal mind. When you step back, it steps in. When you loosen your grip, it fills your hands. This paradoxical principle is at the heart of all spiritual creation. What you let go of returns multiplied. Because your letting go allows it to circulate freely and come back to you from higher channels. Another practical way to embody trust is to follow intuitive nudges rather than rigid plans. As you release control of the outcome, you stay attuned to inner guidance. This guidance may prompt you to make a call, attend an event, change a habit, or create something new. These small actions are often the visible steps that connect you to the invisible supply. Trusting the law of supply does not mean sitting idle. It means taking action from a state of inspiration rather than compulsion. Inspired action feels light, easy, and clear, and it often leads to results that seem disproportionate to the effort. This is because the universal current is carrying you, amplifying your action far beyond what you could achieve alone. Releasing control of how money appears also frees you from disappointment and frustration. When you pin your hopes on one channel and it closes, you feel blocked. But when you trust infinite channels, a closed door simply means the universe has a better door. This mindset keeps your vibration high even in the face of apparent setbacks. It turns obstacles into signals to pivot, not signs to give up. This resilience itself is magnetic. It keeps you aligned long enough for the unseen to become seen. Money and opportunities then arrive in perfect timing. And because you have not wasted energy on resistance, you are ready to receive them fully. As you deepen your trust in the law of supply, you begin to see abundance everywhere, even before it reaches you personally. This perception shift is powerful. Seeing abundance in the world primes your mind to receive it. You stop competing and start collaborating. You stop hoarding and start circulating. This circulation mirrors the natural flow of life and multiplies your supply. Money loves to move. When you hold it loosely, more flows to you. When you clutch it tightly, it stagnates. Trusting the law of supply transforms your relationship with money from fear to flow, which naturally increases your inflow. Ultimately, releasing control of how money appears and trusting the universal law of supply is about aligning with your own deeper nature. At your core, you are already connected to infinite abundance, but layers of fear, conditioning, and control obscure this connection. By letting go, you peel away those layers and return to your natural state of openness. In that openness, you become a conduit through which abundance flows freely. This is why those who practice surrender often find not only more money but more peace, joy, and fulfillment. They are no longer battling life but dancing with it. No longer trying to force outcomes but allowing them. No longer fearing the unknown, but welcoming it as the playground of infinite possibility. The universal law of supply is not distant or abstract. It is as close as your next breath, ready to deliver when you stop grasping and start trusting. When you stop dictating and start allowing. When you move from the tightness of control into the spaciousness of faith and receptivity.